Good evening, everyone. It's Melissa with Meraki Healing Arts, and we're going to do some tarot reads tonight. Happy Saturday. I'm going to start out with the water signs. Do a general collective read for all water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And we're going to use the Dreaming Waves Oracle. Probably touch on the messages from Mermaids, Sea Oracle, Sufi Wisdom, and I may or may not bring in one of my Rider Waite's or the Art Nouveau Tarot if we need clarification. So, had a busy day, but a good day. Nothing exciting. Started off my morning doing some laundry and was waiting to go to lunch with my daughter. And for whatever reason, I think she was just tired from work. She kept kind of pushing back the time. So that delayed my plans. I was going to get some other things done around the house, but it was important to spend time with her. So delay it was, and that's all right. Sometimes we have a slow day start. So what do we got? Move these. I have so many decks out on the table because I'm feeling like I want to do quite a few reads tonight. I have a lot of energy, so. Oh, we didn't want to lose all those. All right, let's grab those. Those flew out. We're going to put those back in because they just went flying. And we got about 8 cards that just flew out the deck and onto the floor. I got 2 on the table, but that was a big hot mess. Maybe someone's got a lot of explosive stuff to say, but let's get it under control, water signs. Let's get it under control. Someone's out there about to pop off. All right, here we go. Yeah, someone's going through it. What else do we got? What else do we got for clarification, Spirit? I'll turn that one over. Yep, that's what I said. Someone's going through it. Oh, wow. Oh, all right. Okay. We'll stop right there and we'll get some clarifiers in a minute. So the first card out is the pufferfish, defensiveness. So you're feeling defensive about something. You feel threatened by something. So you're kind of puffing up your chest and setting some boundaries because somebody has ticked you off and stepped on your toes. The next card out is the Seagull's Call, communication alert. Communication is coming in. And honestly, what I'm getting from this card, I mean, seagulls are literally, they're like rats with wings. They're vultures. They pick crap apart. You know, they'll pretty much eat anything. With this swarm, I'm getting like a real 5 of Swords kind of energy. So a lot of people coming at you with a lot of crap to say. A lot of messages coming in with a lot of negative crap to say. And people just swarming around you. Sorry, something's moving on its own over there. Okay, Spirit. Literally just picking you apart. So I don't know what that's about. The next card is Tempest, the Tempest. Chaos, disruption, and upheaval. So I said when those flew out the way they flew out, I'm like, somebody is really going through it and they're about to pop off. So you're going through a stormy time right now. Family, friends, whatever, friends, people picking you apart, and you feel out there all alone. Cast adrift is the next card. Lost, isolation. And there's those seagulls all around you. So people just picking you apart and no one really caring what you're going through. The next card is the abyss, depth, shadow work. So maybe this is forcing you into some shadow work. Maybe you're taking a hard look at the relationships in your life and how you show up to them, what parts in you that you need to work on. And that doesn't mean that things are your fault. If they are, of course, you know, you're doing the work. You're finally being forced into some shadow work or another bit of shadow work. And you're going pretty deep. So, wow. You know, maybe the supermoon has pushed you to this. Feeling like those people are picking you apart have pushed you to this. So you're going deep. And the next card out is Birds Before Land, the promise of arrival. So I always look at all of those birds and that sunlight there as some positive messages coming through. So you can expect that a turn for the better, some sort of message of hope on the horizon. So that's your first card out, your first spread out for the read. And we'll move on to the messages from mermaids. See what they have to say for some clarifiers for water signs. Sorry for the interruption. All right. Someone tiptoeing through the kitchen trying to be all quiet. I need a room on lockdown, y'all. I need a room on lockdown for my reads. But I'm in the middle of the kitchen, so you know, it's bound to happen sometimes. All right, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. What else do we have for water signs? Okay, there we go. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, yeah, okay. I really. So, some of these were in reverse. Yeah. Yep. Literally, those all were in reverse. So this must be what you're going through. So everything that we had in reverse was love. So going through some kind of a love situation and you're not satisfied with that. Magic in reversal. You feel like you're unable to manifest in this relationship or partnership. So you're working on letting go, but it's in reversal, so you're having a hard time with that. You've got contentment in reverse, so again, you're not feeling very happy with this situation, whether this is a partnership or with that circle of people all around you in your business. Re-energize was in reverse, so you're having a hard time getting your energy back. So I would suggest calling your energy back to you from all people, places, things, and timelines that are no longer in alignment with your highest good. All of your energy to be returned to you whole, healed, and transmuted. Important stuff to do to protect your energy. and we'll cover her up, even though she has the little seashell brow on. Positivity was in reverse. So you're having a hard time keeping a positive mindset, and I can see why, with all those little seagulls, all those people picking you apart all around you, and you feeling so alone and isolated. So, that's, yeah, I really hope y'all are not going all through this, and if you are and you're drawn to this, you know, I hope you have, can turn that energy around soon. You know, we are in the supermoon. We have just started the Mercury retrograde, so maybe those people coming back, you know, those little birds, those little seagulls picking at you, are people returning from your past that you really need to let go of anyway. I'm going to use the Sea Soul's Journey Oracle cards and then Sufi Wisdom. I always feel pulled to that when I do the water signs read. So see if we have any advice for how to move forward out of this cruddy energy. Just remember that nothing is permanent unless you decide to stay stuck and you don't do the work and you don't set boundaries and you don't stand up for yourself and you don't release things when they need to be released. So that's the only way that things, you know, stay the same. Yes, I like that. I said, let's see what we can do to move forward. And, yep, I like that. Getting some advice. What else do we have, Spirit? What else do we have? Let's give us some positive advice for the water signs to help move forward from this feeling isolated, feeling picked apart. Finding a more positive mindset. You know, whether it's the people around you, negative voices that people are saying things to you, or your own negative self-talk, you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay in a negative mindset. Every single day you can decide to change things. So it's up to you to decide that you want things in your life to be different and decide what you need to do to make that happen. So, I know we all go through difficult times, but we don't have to stay in a stuck mindset. So if you need help, reach out to a therapist, a guide, a mentor, a trusted friend, spiritual guide. If it's that deep, suicide hotline, recovery sober support network. I don't have to feel isolated and alone. And if you feel you don't trust people, find a new circle of people that you can trust, and you can build a healthier soul tribe around you. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? I think that's all we got from this one. Maybe give it a couple more shuffles, and then we're going to move on. Read this one out, and then do the Sufi to end. Is that it, Spirit? Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Anything else for the collective? No? Alright, let's see what we have. Alright, so to try to find some positive movement forward, we have begin. May you start as if you have already begun. So, you know, look at that horizon. Stepping out onto something new. Knowing that there's, you know, I find that interesting. So you're taking the steps down towards the water, towards the emotion with that shadow work that you're doing. And the next card out is hope. May the horizon always sustain you. So just knowing that every new day is a new chance to do things different and to find hope in your situation. So begin, do the inner work, see the sun on the horizon, signifying hope, and the next card out is hope. The next card out was curious. May you open and explore all of that water, and going down into the rock formation. So this is old stuff, old emotions that you're kind of digging through. And, maybe finding out where those original woundings came from. It's more than just the situation around you right now. The next card is lightness. May the light lift you to the surface. So you will come through it. You will find hope. You will find something, some kind of healing in that, and a positive movement forward. Something or someone to give you light and direction. And courageous. May each breaking wave build your courage. So, in letting go and detaching from people, places, and things that are not for our greatest and highest good and not healthy for us, it does take a lot of strength. I'm feeling the strength card with this, with the courageous. And each breaking wave of emotion, each thing that you release, each thing that you purge, builds your strength, builds your resiliency, builds your courage. And you know that you can get through anything. You really can. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that when we feel like we've been betrayed or let down, or, but that's, when you get to the other side of it, you can realize that sometimes that's just Spirit and the Most High showing you what you need to see about people so you can let them go, so you can build a better circle of people around you. It's very hard when it's family or friends that you've had for a long time and you thought that you could trust, and they're those little seagulls, those little vultures picking at you, tearing you down. We do not stand by toxic toxic people, toxicity, toxic relationships, and drama. So if that's what's going on, then you need to cut it out of your life, and you'll feel better once you get to the other side. So let's get some more wisdom from Sufi Wisdom. I love this beautiful, beautiful oracle deck. It says, Divine Guidance Through the Hearts of the Great Sages, by Rasuli. All right, what do we have? Give us some more healing messages for movement forward from water signs, please. Spirits, guides, ancestors, angels, loved ones on the other side. Show us what we need to see. Finding the path. You are the driver and the navigation. So again, like I was saying, you're the only one who can move forward, and you have to set a new path for yourself. Ooh, ending a trauma, transform memories and symptoms. Yeah, that deep dive down into the shadow work. Interesting. You have to feel it to heal it. You have to dig through it. You can't numb it. You can't ignore it. Any kind of trauma that you've lived through, and ending that spiral, ending those cycles once and for all. The next card out is Energy of Love. Behold the world through the eyes of love. It is not all pain. There are some people who are just not kind, not loving, not compassionate, and not for our greatest and highest good. But there are so many more people in the world who are loving and kind and compassionate. So know that you deserve to be enveloped in that energy of love, to envelop yourself in that energy of love, and to have supportive people around you. So I hope that you find that. I hope that you find a loving, kind, supportive soul tribe for you. And the next card out is Face Your Fears. Farewell to Fear Phantoms. So again, that spiral, that loop in the mind, replaying things over and over, trauma and hurts from the past. It's time to release those. Interesting. Yeah. The card at the top of the deck. Wow. Yeah. 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 We're going to take those. That is the top three. I feel like they really literally just finished the message. The next card out was Free Will. Get out of your cocoon. So isolating yourself and going round and around and around in those loops. And once you do that work, and then you come out of that time of hermiting and isolation and doing the deep dive and looking at those relationships and letting go, you have the gift of freedom. Break away from your attachments to other people's opinions of you, needing to feel loved and validated by people who just honestly don't sound like they're for your greatest and highest good. So seeking healthier relationships and self-love. So breaking free of those attachments is something that you're out there working on. And the end result, when you can move through that, is a happy life. Live a less guarded life. You can set boundaries, use discernment and wisdom. But when you remove toxic people from your life and only allow people into your circle, only allow them so much time of your, so much of your time, or your energy, or your thoughts, which are energy, you'll find that peace and happiness that you're seeking. So continue to do that deep dive. And I hope for you that you find some loving, kind, and supportive people as you go through that journey and that deep dive. So remember that all pain is temporary, and the healing work is so worth it when you get to the other side. So that is our sign for the our read for the water signs for tonight. You can always check out your other placements. I'll be posting up some signs shortly for the rest of the signs. And you can check me out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks for visiting the channel. Have a great night.